Ellen McCauley at Pray It Up in Syracuse, New York. We're talking about our thoughts. People who are successful are very flexible. They can zig, they can zag, they can talk on their feet, they can like, I always liked being a comedian, you know, having a quick response or improv. You gotta think fast. Sales is a think fast job, which I did for 30 years. You know, salesmanship doesn't begin till the customer says no. They say no, and you're like, oh, how interesting, how fascinating. Let's chat about that. You got to zig, you got to zag. And we need to have flexibility in our thoughts. And we need to have more habits that aren't negative. We need to have habits of highly successful and flexible people. And they seek comfort in what is. I got up today, and I'm like, whoa, how good is life? I didn't win the $1.76 billion Powerball, but I won the biggest lottery of all time. I'm alive. Every day I get to get up and look at my beautiful mums hanging outside my house, and I get to go to the Syracuse City School District and work with kids. I love working with kids. It's just a beautiful experience. I'm taking comfort in what is. I'm not thinking, poor me, I can't have creme brulee on the cruise. I'm thinking, wow, I can't wait to see the alligators and the crocodiles in Miami. And they're adaptable. We have a plan and it doesn't work, and we try something else. You need more protein. You need more fiber. You need less carbs. You need less pizza. If losing weight and keeping it off is important to you, it's not that you can never have those things again. You have them in moderation, you pick your battles, you have them on a certain night, and you don't get defensive. So if I were to say to you in there at the scale, you know, you really need to move a little more, and your head spins around, green pea soup comes out of your mouth, and you say, how dare you tell me to move more? You don't know my life. You don't know what I have to go through. No, you have to say, it's interesting. I know I'm in a lot of pain with my knees. Maybe I should do some of that chair yoga with my upper body. You see, you're flexible. You can't do down here, you do up here. You got to do something. And then, like I said, think on your feet. You can have a pity party, but can only last 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Poor me. Oh, okay, I'm done with that. Okay? Also, learn to relax. I'm still working on that a little bit. Because Bob says to me last night, do you ever do nothing? Because even when I'm watching Jeopardy, I'm over there doing this or that, or you know, I have things to do. And I think it's challenging for people who have a lot of projects on hand to do nothing. But I do want to try and work on that. They're creative. Why not find something creative to do over the winter rather than like snuggle up with hot chocolate, marshmallows, chocolate chip cookies? As a matter of fact, Bonnie and I are getting together, and she's going to teach me how to make jewelry. So if you're really nice, maybe I'll make you something. All right? And remember, that part is really nice, okay? So, and they trust themselves. Do we trust ourselves? There was a point where I wouldn't have trusted myself going on a cruise. I'm very confident that I will weigh the same or less on October 26th. And guess what I will do? I will tell you all. If I gain 5 pounds, I'll tell you. If I lose weight, I'll tell you, but I'll share it with the group. And then they are well liked. People want to be around you. And it's funny though, and my mother, I give her the credit for so much in my life, because she always said, when you're writing a letter to someone, and I always do it with text or email, the first thing you do is say, how are you? And then you answer their questions. Thank you for writing me, and da-da-da-da-da. Then you talk about yourself, and then you end it with, really good chatting with you, and I hope to get together soon. You know, I went into a doctor's appointment, and the physician's assistant came in, and they sat down, and I went, well, how are you? And they're like, Well, I'm good. I go, well, how's your day going? She's like, well, it's really hectic. I go, I can imagine. Oh, she goes, you realize that you're the first, it's like 4 o'clock, you're the first person that asked how I was the entire day. We just think that professionals are in their own category, that we don't need to ask how they are. Try to step out of that. Change one thought and lose weight. Here's what the one thought is. Tell yourself a different story. Here's my story. I started this group at 338. The year before I weighed 371. And over the next years until 2017, so that's 7, 8, 9 years, I got down to 182. And I could not sustain it because I was not doing it smartly. I was starving myself. I wasn't eating enough because my metabolic rate's low. I couldn't sustain it. Over the next few years, I gained weight back. The COVID was bad. We all had trouble with the pandemic, being home, sitting at the desk. Did I give up? Did I quit? Did I disband the group? I'm like, all right, I need to change, I need to change, I need to change. I am telling myself a different story now. I will get back to 182. Maybe I'll get a little lower. We'll see. But you got to listen to your story. And you know what's interesting? Your table mates know your story. If they were really honest with you, they would say, you're a teeny bit negative. You don't believe in yourself. You know. You can go around and say, ooh, she's a negative Nellie. She doesn't believe in herself. Or he says the same thing every week, how hard he tries, but he's never lost a pound in 20 years. So you know your table. So tell yourself a different story. And here's the biggest thing of all. Be consistent. You don't lose weight for a week and give up. You be consistent. And I have included in here 101 life-changing positive affirmations that you need to pick 1 or 2 a week and practice. And this is huge. I love change and easily adjust myself to new situations. You say it, you believe it. I live in the present and I am confident of the future. You are a unique person. You accept yourself where you are. I'm making this one up. Be proud of yourself. Live in peace and forgiveness. And just look at those, pay attention, and work on a couple each week. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.